Today we represent about Haccp Plan of the mulberry leaves gusu seaweed cropic. Before we dive into the details, let me guide you through the structure of this presentation. Here's the table of contents which outlines the key sectors we'll cover. Introduction of the product, product information, process flow diagram, process description, hazard and CCP identification, and Haccp Plan summary. So let's proceed to introduction of the product. Cropic is a traditional dried crispy food product mostly popular in Southeast Asian countries, particularly in Indonesia and Malaysia, hence has a high potential economic impact. This low-density snack is prepared from a mixture of fish and starch or flour, seasonings and other protein-rich ingredients which give its distinct flavor. However, our mulberry leaves gusu seaweed cropic, a unique and nutritious twist on the classic Filipino snack, made with a wholesome blend of mulberry leaves, gusu seaweed, tapioca flour, and natural seasonings like anchovy powder, garlic powder, and white pepper. Visually, the cropic appears as thin, crisp chips with a greenish tint from the mulberry leaves and speaks of seaweeds throughout. Its texture is light and airy with a satisfying crunch, thanks to the tapioca base. Once fried, it pops up beautifully and delivers a rich umami taste with a subtle hint of the ocean and earthy undertones from the mulberry. Perfect as snack or side dish, this cropic is a delicious way to enjoy the healthful qualities of greens and sea vegetables in a fun, crispy form. Here our product, the cropic. Now let's take a look at the raw materials used in creating our product. The mulberry leaves, water, garlic powder, gusu seaweed, anchovy powder, citric acid, tapioca flour, and white pepper powder. Product is composed of physical, chemical, and biological. Physical describe the product's appearance, texture, odor, and taste. For appearance, circle shape, light green to golden brown after frying. Texture, crispy and roughness. Odor, garlic odor, and taste, sour taste. And for chemical, includes the fat, protein, ash, carbohydrates, water activity, and moisture content. And their results. Chemical ensure the product performs as intended and meets safety standards. And lastly, biological properties. Covers the presence of aerobic plate count, total coliform, mold, and yeast. Critical for ensuring product safety and shelf life. So our product information, brand name, Crisp Creations, product name, Mulberry Leaves Gusu Seaweed Cropic, composition and product type, dry goods, intended use, ready to fry, packaging, stand-up pouch, shelf life 3 to 5 months. We sold at the local market. Label instructions, keep in dry place, distribution condition, room temperature, and intended customers, individual of all age.
Blend gusu seaweed, mulberry, and water. Mix with other dry ingredients. Knead into dough until the ingredient is completely mixed together. Press into molder into thin amount, steam for 5 minutes. Cool down for at least 1 minute. Remove from molder and put into dehydrator trays. Drying using dehydrator to 55 degrees Celsius until completely dry. Materials preparation: sorting and washing mulberry leaves and gusu seaweed. Remove damaged, discolored, or unwanted parts while the gusu seaweed is rinsed several times to eliminate salt, sand, and debris, ensuring both are clean and ready to use. Blanching of mulberry leaves: to soften the leaves, reduce their raw taste, preserve their color, and deactivate enzymes. Soaking the gusu to vinegar: to improve texture and to kill harmful microorganisms. Blending to until formed pure. Material processing: measuring ingredients to help maintain the desired taste, texture, and nutritional value of the final product. Mixing dry ingredients: mixture dry ingredients involves combining all the dry components such as garlic powder, anchovy powder, white pepper thoroughly to ensure even distribution. This step is essential for achieving a consistent flavor, texture, and nutrient balance throughout the final product. Adding mulberry leaves pure and gusu pure. Adding mulberry leaves and gusu seaweed pure to dry ingredients helps to evenly enhancing the texture and flavor of the mixture. Kneading the dough involves working the mixture until it becomes smooth and elastic. Forming involves shaping the kneaded dough into circle shape. These shapes allow for even cooking and crispiness and when fried. Steaming until they become firm and slightly translucent. This step ensures the dough is cooked through, making it easier to fry later and helping to achieve the desired light, crispy texture once deep fried. Drying involves letting the steamed dough pieces air dry until they become firm and completely dry to the touch. Cooling and packing to ensure the safety and quality of ready-to-fry cropek for sooner consumption while also extending its shelf life.
The next one is hazard and CCP identification. As you can see, there's a processing step and hazard class. There's a 3 classification of hazard class, which is biological, chemical, and physical. One of the processing step is sorting and washing. The possible hazard class is biological. This is due to the cross-contamination from utensil and equipments. The hazard assessment is number 2. The next is control in place. So clean and sanitize with appropriate detergent and sanitizer. The next one is the CCP decision. This is the summary of our CCP decision tree. And the CCP is no. The next processing step is blanching, and the hazard class is biological. This is happen if not done correctly can create a condition that promotes microbial growth. And the hazard assessment is 3 and 2. Another processing step is mixing ingredients, and the hazard class is biological due to the cross-contamination from equipments or utensils. The hazard assessment is 1 and 2. In blanching, the control in place is monitor time in 30 seconds in 100 degrees Celsius. In mixing all the ingredients, the control in place is maintaining proper sanitation and protocols. And this is the summary of CCP Decision 3. And the CCP is no. The next processing step is steaming, and the hazard class is biological due to the survival of pathogens if undercooked, and the hazard assessment is 3. The next one is drying, and the hazard class is biological due to the growth of harmful bacteria if drying is incomplete, and the hazard assessment is 2 and 3. And the next one is packing or packaging. The hazard class is biological. This is due if using dirty or unhygienic packaging material can introduce bacteria directly into the food. And the hazard assessment is both 2. On the steaming, the control in place is proper time steam for 5 minutes, and this is the CCP decision 3. The CCP is no. And the next one, drying. The control in place is maintained 55 degrees Celsius until completely dry. And the CCP is no. And the last one is packaging. So the control in place is store packaging material in clean, dry areas away from the dust, pests, and other contaminants. So this is the CCP decision 3 and the CCP is no. The next one is Haccp Plan summary. Under the Haccp Plan summary, there's a CCP. The processing step is steaming. A significant hazard is survival of pathogen. This is happen if undercooked product due to not proper time. The critical limit is 5 minutes at appropriate steaming temperature. The monitoring what, how, and frequently, and who, what, temperature and duration. How, manual, thermometer and timer. Frequency, every batch. Who, quality control personnel. The corrective action is identify the correct and the source of error. Example, if the food hasn't reached the required internal temperature within the designated time, extend the steaming period until the critical limit is met. The next one is verification. Maintain time, use manual thermometer to double check, daily random is inspection, temperature, and the last one is record, steaming records daily. That's all. Thanks for watching.